Well, hi, I'm Nicholas Bell, and it is my pleasure to speak with Giorgos Gousis for his feature debut, Magnetic Fields, which swept the awards at the Thessaloniki Film Festival in 2021, and it is Greece's official submission in the category of Best International Feature at the 95th Academy Awards. So congratulations on all fronts there.
Thank you and welcome.
So tell me about, I haven't seen a film that's looked like this in quite some time, which I enjoyed. So tell me about how this came together, because I know you shot kind of at the height of the pandemic in Greece.
The story of the film is that we were in pandemic pause in Greece, and we really want to have an urge to do something, a film. And with my friends, like a very small crew, like 7 people, I decided that I had some very few money, and I asked them if they want to come with me in an excursion. I would pay for the expenses of those 7 people to live there at an island, a Greek island, and we had a target in like 10 days to shoot a film that we decide it would be an adventure for us also, because we decided to do it as an unscripted story. We had a synopsis, we had a storyline, the 2 characters, and but we had no script, no dialogue. So we decided to improvise the whole situation, the dialogues and the filming process, locations or whatever, like an excursion, like whatever happens to us. If it's in the universe of the film, we feel it like this. We'll jump in and use it as even the problems, we will use it as things in the film.
Sure.
So also the mini DV choice was first of all an aesthetic choice, because we felt that somehow there was a nostalgic feeling, also a road movie feeling, and also an impressionist painting feeling, like with the saturated colors, we can exaggerate the pictures to make this road movie more like a fairy tale, more like an unrealistic universe. And then also it was a very cheap choice for us.
Well, you shot with a mini DV camcorder, right?
Yes.
Yes, and I liked how the texture of that, although it's set in contemporary times, it brought me back to kind of like how a lot of road trip movies used to feel, especially in the 90s maybe. But when you were coming up with a synopsis, do you have other directors in the background for inspiration? Because I thought of Wim Wenders quite a bit watching this.
Wim Wenders, also the first movies of Jim Jarmusch, Angels in Paradise. And for the mini DV, there was a film, I guess it was 90s, from Jean-Luc Godard, The Elegy of Love, I think it's the title, which the first part is black and white, but the second part is a mini DV, super extra saturated pictures. So we saw that, and we said we thought that this is maybe also a useful tool if you're using mini DV.
Sure. The themes between these 2 people who are also very lonely, there's a sadness there too. I thought of Taste of Cherry a lot. With yes. There's a burial ground being sought out here, and all of these shots of the car driving on the road reminded me of that. So I liked that a lot as well. Your 2 leads, were they always in mind, or you set the story in motion and just approached them?
Yes, the first idea, it was a glimpse that I was traveling in this island for holidays with my DOP, and because we were driving around, we had this feeling that there is a landscape and there is a possibility of a road film. We felt like we were in a road film. So the first idea was that let's make a road film, a road movie, and then I met the actress at the shooting of a video clip, and she told we fell in love, and we said that let's make a movie together. I had the road film feeling, and then I said, okay, let's have a woman leading this a character, which just changing roads, changing directions. And then she told me from her life this line that because she is actually a dancer, a ballet dancer, that once upon a time when she decides to leave, to stop dancing, she left from with a car because she saw herself in a mirror and didn't recognize her face.
Mm.
I thought that's the beginning of that's enough for a character. And then the male character was my friend, also an actor, but my friend. Somehow I felt something between them will work in this film. And then I and the male character and the male actor wrote the story, which was the storyline, like the idea with the dead aunt, also the car at the end and stuff like that. And then we improvise all the things. We were talking a lot about what the characters feeling or what we want from the scene, and then the actors were improvising on that. But also, I think the melancholic and the kindness of the movie and about friendship and like traveling is a lot from inside of us because we were in a quarantine stop, and because we were there doing this excursion, doing this adventure, filming this film. I think our inner world came in the movie, like without had it as a target.
Right. The Elena reminded me kind of a bit of a Geraldine Chaplin almost in the 70s. She had a great screen presence. So you shot for, did you say 10 days?
Yes.
Okay. And how long was your post-production? Because I imagine, and how much footage did you have? Because I imagine you had to really craft this while you were editing.
Actually, no, there was not a lot of footage. So, we're not filming many things, and a lot of the scenes are one shots. Like we had around 10 hours of the whole filming process. I did the first draft of editing alone, and it was like 95 minutes. And then I worked with my editor, and we finished around 80 minutes. But it was like 2 months. But I was working a lot because also then was quarantine in Greece, so I was only doing editing. But it's not a. It has the feeling of a documentary, but we didn't shoot many things because also we didn't have a lot of days. Like 10 days were enough. Were not enough.
Sure. What I'm curious what the budget was overall.
6,000 euros.
Wow, impressive. How much did the cigarettes cost out of the budget? There's a lot of smoking.
The 1/3 of the budget was the car.
Okay.
Buy it, paint it, and trash it, and take it back from the cliff, and then the other budget was the cigarettes.
Oh yeah, for some reason I kept thinking about that. Like, wow, because I also picked up smoking again during the pandemic, and I'm like, oh my god. But it's funny watching this in 2022, at the end of 2022. Just going in blind, I wasn't thinking this was a pandemic film, or that I don't think that it's really tethered to that. It's just that it's still part of the conversation. So I also like that about the feeling of it. Were you while you
didn't have it as a target? So this what I told you about the feeling of pause and pandemic was something I understood a lot after the film. After, like when I was watching the film. Like many months after, it wasn't our target to talk about pandemic or a pause or whatever.
Yeah, and I think that's perfect because it will have a timeless quality. But while you were shooting those 10 days, did you run into trouble at all? Were you told to stop filming at any point? Was it difficult?
The beginning was difficult because it was illegal back then to change the city, to get out of your city. So we had to it was difficult at the beginning to move the people in the car to the island. Somehow also it was because I had painted the car with paints, like with a spray and stuff, which is also illegal because you have to change the papers of the car if you change the color.
Oh, okay.
A policeman stopped us in the road. He asked to see the papers, and he didn't show that it was another color. So maybe we were in prison back then. But also, it's funny because the pandemic was a very good gift for this film because the island was empty.
Sure.
Normally, because it was Christmas, it would be full. This emptiness, it has his role in the film. Also, no one was working. Like all the shops were closed. All the people were having fun, like helping us there and stuff. The actors didn't have the theater place to go. Like there was a stop that it was a gift for this film. I think without pandemic, I wouldn't do that.
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense. Was there a lot of pressure on the day that you had to wreck the car because you would only get one chance?
Yes, and also because you said about bad things, it was in the middle of the filming process, the fifth day, I guess. We're doing this scene at the mountain with the big radars, if you remember.
Yeah.
That they're trying to leave the box there, and it was very, very cold day. And when we get back to the hotel, we checked the cassette to see what we shot, and the cassette was empty. It was just a blue screen. Nothing was written the whole day. So we had to do the day again also, but we lost our trust in the camera. Like we didn't know why the camera didn't write this cassette. And then we knew that we had to trust the car, which was in one shot. Without trusting the camera, what are we gonna do? And we live these 5 days with this like without trusting. We checked again and again and again all the time the cassette and stuff like that. And the funny thing is that the one shot of the cars, if you check the cassette, you will see that there are a lot of green and pink lines inside the picture, that they disappear magically 3 seconds before the car comes in the shot. Like because sometimes the camera didn't write well, like it was a glitch, and there was a glitch in the car shot, but the lines disappear 3 seconds before the car come in. So we had a lot of luck also.
Yeah.
And also the day I found the title of the film, the day we lost the cassette.
There you go. Yeah.
Because we're Googling reasons why the cassette shouldn't be written. And someone said that if it's in a magnetic field, it can be unwritten. We thought that the radars had magnetic fields, but of course not. But this idea stuck in my mind. And I think, magnetic fields, maybe it's a nice title because of there's a space that magnetic power comes to opposite items, like to items with opposite energy, like my characters, which I think it's opposite somehow. And they are magnetized.
Like an attraction, but also a sense of erasure, maybe too.
Yes, and an invisible power that it's inside this space, which the space is the movie or the relationship they had or the island. Outside this space, they can be unmagnetic, they can be themselves again. But inside the space, they are magnetized somehow.
Yeah, I like that. Since this film, you've actually directed another film that's based on a short you did, right? The Arm Wrestler?
Yes.
Okay. Which also played at the Thessaloniki Film Festival the next year. So I'm very interested to see that as well. Are you working on anything else?
Now I'm in in a period that I have like 3 or 2-3 ideas, different ideas that I'm trying to develop somehow, because I feel like I should have more projects and see which one's gonna get first financed or solve the problems. But also I have also an idea for a documentary and a series, a movie. It's a lot of things right now.
And you originally came from the comic book world.
Yes, my job was a cartoonist. Yeah.
Okay, so now you're a full-fledged director at this point.
Yes, I feel like I'm more fascinated, or I'm having more fun in this process than my desk and the loneliness of my desk.
Sure.
But of course, at the end, somehow it's the same target, like to narrate a story.
Sure. Well, thank you for taking the time to speak with me, and congratulations on the film and going forward with various awards. And I look forward to seeing what comes next for you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.